I'm trying not to get killed. What the hell does that mean? Shay cried. Her blood bubbled in her veins, rushing with some hot fury she simply couldn't hold back. It was there in every movement of her fingers, every part of her lips. He could not have stressed more about how they were the lifelines to his virus. He was picking and choosing what he told them. She wanted him to be direct about it, even if the whole truth would tear them apart. Give us answers. If you were so important to your little virus, you damn well better tell us everything. Anger flared again in the doctor's eyes, the crinkles in his skin becoming more defined. She had no idea how many curse words it would take for him to snap, but she could tell they were pushing it then. One more F-bomb, and he might flip a kill switch somewhere. After everything, a virus with a built-in kill switch didn't seem too impossible. You certainly have a mouth on you, he said through gritted teeth. She bit her tongue. Watch your mouth, smartass. Mouthing off to adults might be a strong suit of yours, but for the time being, act like it's not. You want to find out more about this, don't you? One more snarky reply may kill any answers he has left to give. She'll keep her mouth shut, sir, Marina butted in, snapping the doctor's seething glare away from Shay. The look in his eyes softened slightly, and his facial muscles relaxed. She exhaled slowly, a ball of anxiety released from her chest. She hadn't blown it. Good to know. Now, however, I need no more interruptions. The more time we spend arguing, the less time you'll have to escape before they show up. He told them, tone darkening. She swallowed hard, feeling her jaw tense. The government has no idea about any of this. They would have put a stop to us. They never would have wanted such a thing as a population control virus coming from our country. A world superpower turning against human morale? We've had to fill up the blanks and lie to keep this a secret, and I'm sure they'll spot the inconsistencies eventually. But today is not that day. We have a, The doctor hesitated, his eyes shifting, to glance to something off screen. The image wavered for a moment, the sound and image being replaced by a brief jolt of static. Her heart leapt out of her throat. No, don't cut out now. We need answers. The imagery appeared in full a few moments later, any signs of distress gone. Shay sighed with relief. Sorry about that, the doctor began, clearing his throat. Technical difficulties. Or is the person beside you acting up again? An awkward silence hung in the air for a few moments, the doctor observing the kids and the kids observing him. Shay pursed her lips in annoyance, anxious to get on with the conversation. She understood the urgency of their situation. Silence was doing nothing but stalling them. But the government doesn't know the whole story. They don't know there were pockets of people all over the world participating in this. We all congregated together and agreed something had to be done to save the planet, he said, pausing occasionally, aware of the gravity of his words. But your way of saving the planet is sick. It's genocide, cried Carson. He'd taken the words right out of her mouth. She had nothing left to say. No, we are doing this for the good of mankind. 10 billion is too many. Earth can't support that many. We struggled at 6 billion. He responded sternly. Shay's jaw clenched as she bit back a number of things she could shout at him. So, if we struggled at 6 billion, how many billions are going to die? Shay asked, fearing the answer with such intensity it was now a regret. She didn't want to do the math. The doctor grinned again, his sadistic, toothy grin chilling her through the marrow. I've wasted time arguing with a psychopath, and now I'm expecting straight answers out of him. Damn, I'm a genius sometimes. I can't tell you, my dear. There is lots I cannot tell you. All you need to know is you are a carrier, and you must spread the virus. In time, you will know the rest. Stop playing games with us and give us some goddamn answers. We're kids, for God's sake, Marina demanded, her voice straining with each word. With clenched fists and tense limbs, the tall girl appeared quite menacing. This had better be your final interruption. When I warned you to try not to get killed, it's because the government is going to come after you, and there's no way in hell 8 unarmed teenagers will survive an entire force of government agents. They aren't going to quarantine you. They'll simply kill you.
Collateral damage for the good of the people or something like that, no doubt. Not knowing things scares them. They've given local officers clearance to kill you. You have to run, and fast. How do you know? Shea said, frightened, creeping on the end of the edge of her voice. You weren't supposed to tell them, damn it. A voice roared off the screen, bringing the doctor to a rigid state in the seat. No, let me finish, he pleaded. A terrified animal was in his eyes. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds before I'm cutting this wire. Go. Behind her, murmurs of confusion rose in the room. She made a quick motion with her hand, and it was instantly silenced, though she could feel many gazes gazing at her. She was just as confused as the rest of them, but it was incredibly crucial that they kept their mouths shut. In January, we just broke 8 million, Marina stated. Shea wanted to turn and shout at her. They'd just been told they needed to escape while they could, yet she was still carrying on a conversation with this guy. How foolish was she? I hope you aren't surprised to know the government lies. It wasn't just our government, if that provides comfort. We had to pull a lot of strings, and the lies of very important people, but we managed to keep the truth concealed since before any of you were born. The number you all were told was always about 2 billion off. Big goals make for big lies. Why would the entire world lie about the population? We had lied to keep the project secret, didn't we? Just then, the screen began to spit out static again. The image was warped as well as the sound, only bits and pieces breaking through. I wasn't done. They deserve to know. They're not cleared for that information. You're the one who called the damn cops. They'll probably be dead within the hour anyway. To be the final sentence ever heard from the man? Rather ominous statement. The screen finally cut to black and did not flicker back to life. What an excellent way to say goodbye. The doors began to open. In a matter of seconds, all 9 of them had jetted out of the room, sprinting through the doors and down the hall. The fight-or-flight mode kicked in, giving them no instinct to flee, for they wouldn't survive if the option to fight was chosen. Choosing to fight armed police officers would be a suicide mission. Even if her mind hadn't been in such a basic one-track mode, she still wouldn't have comprehended the information she'd just been told. It was all so sickening. He was drafting 9 15-year-old kids into germ genocide, even delivering one a fatal ultimatum. She was smart enough to know, pinching her skin to the point it bruised wouldn't work. No nightmare, this wasn't. No wailing alarm would rouse her. This was the bitter taste of reality. Wait, stop! A voice shouted, gasping for breath. She screeched to a halt, her shoes squeaking across the tiles. She twisted around to find Kylie, leaning against the wall, struggling to catch her breath, curls slipping to frame her soft jaw. She was skinny, but horribly out of shape. The girl couldn't lift 15 pounds if she tried. Shea rolled her eyes, instantly annoyed. They didn't have time for this. Should we leave her? She's holding us back. 1 foot forwards, don't stop. No, we're all in this together now. She looked around, doing a quick head count. She only counted 8. 1 was missing. She turned heel and went sprinting off back down the hallway, going as fast as she could. These delays could seal their fate. One of the 2 doors was left open, but closing quickly, forcing her to increase her pace. Her legs were burning by the time she made it inside, scarcely before the door was shut behind her. The gust disturbed the ends of her blonde tresses. Seeing the room again made Shea's legs wish to buckle from beneath her. The number on the back wall kept growing, matching a great rate of growth with each time she would blink. Seeing this made her head spin. I'm supposed to start something that's meant to kill that many people. There had never been a thought that twisted her brain more. A loud crash rang out, echoing off the high ceiling and bouncing off the walls, straight back into her ears. Turning her head, she saw Marina, a long, skinny figure, half sprawled against the metal desk. Her arms were flying, hands balled into fists, making contact with any button on this console her arms could find, including some on the touchscreens. Access denied, screamed back at her on many of the color of blood, evoking cries of rage from the girl. Her blonde hair was a static mess. Without hesitation, Shay darted to Marina's side, vainly trying to snatch her wrists. The virus now coursing through her, released by touching a screen. No way in hell she would let anyone touch another. If it was even possible to release something more sinister than BPV-01, she didn't want us to find out. Marina, we have to go, she said sternly, pinning her wrist down on the metal tabletop. Her knuckles were bloodied from profusely pounding on the shallow ridge against the metal, her skin torn away right over the shallow ridged bones. Scarlet dusted the skin, yet Marina remained oblivious. Instead, she continued to thrash and struggle within her confinements, hissing and spitting inaudible statements. No, 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 she repeated profusely, clawing at the skin on Shay's hands. A long, lime-painted fingernail caught a chunk of skin and pulled it free. Shay winced, teeth grinding against each other, and slammed Marina's arms down with force. The thud echoed. However, the twig-like girl packed muscle into her skinny limbs, thrashing Shay's hold with swiftness, but quickly. She immediately returned to her path of destruction. She's going crazy. I can't stop this, Shay thought with terror. We have to go now, Shay commanded. Marina did not acknowledge her. Frustrated and scared, she grabbed Marina by the waist and began to pull her backwards. Her skinny figure thrashed in Shay's grasp as she was slowly pulled away, arms flailing. She had to readjust her grip around Marina's waist several times, for she kept almost getting away. Cursing, Shay fumbled around until she was able to get her grip again, pulling her back into the hallway. No, Shay, no, what the fuck are you doing? There's probably a cure in there somewhere, she screamed desperately, trying to get her best friend to release her. This deranged girl was not letting go. Marina, shut up. You heard him. There's no cure. We have to get out of here. We don't have time for this, Shay shouted. Her words were strange, seeing her best friend in such a state, driving fear into her core. What if we all end up like this, mad with denial? If I succumb too, I won't be able to pull anyone back out. We'll be dead before we know it. Marina continued to fight her, seemingly unwilling to admit they had no chance to cure themselves. Instead of a response, Marina just howled, hitching her fingers around the final dusk before the doors. Her grip was like iron, stopping Shay from continuing to pull away. She yanked backwards to no avail, unable to free Marina's grip. The girl wailed again, no longer trying to fight with words. Come on, do you want to die? They're coming for us, Shay snarled. Instantly, Marina let go, as if derangement's fog had finally cleared. Without hesitating, Shay dragged her backwards, prying open one of the doors with her shoulder. She couldn't let Marina go just yet. The risk of her escaping was too great. There had to be something, she whispered softly, all emotion pouring out, suddenly quieted, as if a switch had been flipped in her mind. It was instantly numbed. Let's get out of here, Shay replied, biting her lip. The scene wasn't something she wished to dwell upon. Watching Marina, who was usually level-headed, doing everything with a purpose, becoming an animal. A wildfire of denial had been ablaze in her eyes, and Shay had seen it. It terrified her. Denial was rampant in her mind, but currently being locked in an instinctive fight-or-flight mode. No time for real thought. Real emotions couldn't be produced. Her brain just kept screaming one word at her over and over again. Run. Once the doors had clicked shut behind the duo, Marina grabbed the girl, Shay, by her shoulders. She grabbed her chin to stare right into her eyes, the height difference creating a slight barrier. The terrifying fire in Marina's eyes was gone. They were stone now, as was her visage. Never speak of this. Ever, she growled, pads of her fingers pressing into Shay's skin. The girl's voice did not hide her fear. Got it, she responded, bobbing her head lightly. With that, The two sprinted back into the hallway, leaving the scene they just shared behind forever. It would not be spoken of